I would like to call upon Souri on stage, who would talk about some of these areas of what a CFO of 2035 can do. No, it's not yet on.
It's on. Check, check, check. Check. Okay. Can you all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thanks, Raghu. Before begin on this and modern areas for modern CFO, I want to thank for the valuable insights provided by Dr. Kishore. A couple of things that I want to highlight on that. When he was talking about Alexa and Siri not yelling at us, not anymore. It is learning as we speak. With the amount of AI coming in, on the agentic side, one thing that was missing in his presentation was agentic. Generative is one, which is more of a reactive one, but agentic is more proactive. The systems are getting very intelligent on a day-to-day basis. It soon will ask Tesla robot to come and beat us, basically. The day is not far out. The next one that Dr. Kishore was talking about is the role of finance leaders, the roles and responsibility of that. I want to highlight more. One thing about that is when I talk to my CFO, I always talk about the value creation, which is very important. The main objective of value creation, you need to come out with that because it should be cascaded down to other business areas, not only on the finance side, right? So, in fact, he was saying CFOs are villains. I like that word, but as long as the villains create value and then send the message across downstream also to create value, across the company, which is very important. So we can I have the point?
Yep, sure.
Thank you, please.
This one here.
So what you see here are the impact areas of AI that's going to influence for the modern CFO. All the way it starts from automating financial reporting to the main hub of the look and feel of CFO for 2035. In a nutshell, before I talk about this impact here, we have about 8 minutes here. More importantly, we need to be aware of how we create value for our shareholders. That's important, and pave way to the strategic growth, on resilience, and more importantly, responsibility comes along with that. So these are the important things. So the impact areas are the pointers, the cursors, for you to be here in 2035. You need to put the seed right now here. For that to grow, for you to be a CFO of 2035. These are the things. One is the automated financial reporting. What is the daily impact on a CFO here? It's a real-time closing, various insights, and improving transparency and decision speed with greater accuracy is what is the step on this one. There are steps that need to follow to automate the financial reporting. What do you do basically is the document end-to-end monthly closings. You have journals, you have accruals, right? And you do reconciliations on a day-to-day basis. And you do consolidations sometimes, right? Most of the times you do approvals. You pinpoint your bottlenecks here and focus on pilot the AI-enabled closing the automation here. Which is important because you need to have visibility of where our finances are. So this is the area that you can focus on. The next one is the AI-driven liquidity and capital optimization. Even Dr. Kishore was also talking about that too. It's all about forecasting cash positions and optimizing the cycles of AR and AP. The steps are to basically to integrate your data sources. You have many data sources out there in your system, in your company, right? Like a ERP system, treasury platforms, bank feeds, the sales forecast that comes from your CRM system, right? So when you integrate that, that leads to building AI liquidity dashboard that you're looking for, okay, which is important. A lot of companies work on the M&A and investment analysis also, right? This is one of the areas that identifies acquisition and divestment, in terms of opportunities with highest return of investment. For that, you need to aggregate all the structured and unstructured data out there. Like structures are like the traditional data that you get from your CRM system and ERP system, right? Unstructured could be anything, like your Excel, PDFs, all those things that you can integrate that and get the data out of it. Okay, so deploy all the deal screening to review our top opportunities, to refine pipelines, allocations, capital allocations, and returns also. Budgeting and forecasting and strategic pricing. Raghu touched briefly upon that on that one too. Like in this one area, it's a heart and soul of all the CFOs. Like the budgeting and forecasting. Without that, like nothing moves on, right? So adopt the FPA platforms with the AI simulation and link the pricing models to the market and cost data for analysis. That's another one. This particular one is very close to my heart, and close to BONbLOC as well, to the supply chain and procurement AI. We are basically a supply chain based product company, using IoT, blockchain, data science in the back, back then. When I say back then, 3 years back is a back then. Now is AI occupied that space on the data science itself because it evolved so much in the last 3 years. So now we are an AI company. So we do a lot of supply chain solutions. Dr. Kishore was also talking about many things in his things, like from the digital transformation. A lot more people. I want to talk about one thing before I end this. Digital transformation means different thing for different people. 25 years back, when I talked to the CFO, all my years I spent in US, my CFO asked for a conversion of his Excel spreadsheet. Okay, we gave a system, and he was not satisfied. He went back to Excel, and then he went back to the paper-based because he was fed up with that one. Some people talk about introduction of the macros in the Excel. Okay, that for them is a digital transformation. For somebody like Excel spreadsheet to another small footprint of ERP system is another digital transformation. Now, it's time for us to embrace AI. Okay, it's going to be the future. Okay, so let's focus on that. I request all the CFOs to focus on that one. Okay, on talking about the supply chain, procurement is one of the areas. There are many business areas. One area is procure to pay is a business process, right? All the way from purchase requisition to payment. Okay, there are many steps involved. We talk about two-way matching, three-way matching, even four-way matching in procure to pay. How do we automate that? There are automation tools in the past, all the bots were used. Now AI completely taken over that, and we do collect the data in the edges using our IoT devices. That we get it for more insights, and then we use our AI engine that help the supply chain, the leaders as well as the financial leaders also to enhance a business continuity basically. Okay, talking about the business continuity, we have business continuity and resilience area that we need to focus on in the upcoming years. We do have, by the way, we do have solutions for most of them, if not for all of them, all the way from financial reporting to M&A to budgeting, forecasting, and supply chain procurement. We do have solutions for that with AI-enabled engines. On the continuity side, in a prep step would be integrating AI threat intelligence, market monitoring and cyber anomaly detection, which Raghu also touched briefly on that one. So we need to focus on that. And more importantly, the last but not the least is the CFO of 2035. How do we get there? We need to, this is the biggest question, but it's not possible to answer. It's very easy to answer. We need to upskill. That's the right word, okay? So upskill in AI governance. Dr. Kishore was talking about the data governance, okay? We talk about the project governance, corporate governance, in IT world or as a holistic side from the business side, it's the data. Everything is about data. Data being used in finance, data being used in supply chain, data being used in other operations, HR and day-to-day operations for other areas as well too. So AI governance need to be put in all the areas. So for that, you need to upskill in those areas, okay? And build cross-functional data ecosystems across the board and partner with your CIO and CTO. That's very important. If as a CFO, if you don't work with the CTO and CTO doesn't work with the CIO or the CFO, like Dr. Kishore was talking about, CFO becomes a villain, okay? So as an AI company, we built solutions for CFOs such as month-end closing, which cuts down cost by 40 to 60% and increase the productivity by 30%. And also we have automating proposal and RFP responses as well, which cuts down the manual process by 30%. So we offer a free assessment program on AI. I believe that we have a flyer here in your kit as well, which talks about AI-powered intelligence for the CFO for the future. I request all of you to take advantage of that program and make use of it. And also, if you want to know more details about some of the solutions that we offer in the influential areas of the modern CFO, please feel free to talk to one of our team members. Okay? Thank you.